Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome to another edition of Playoff Chalk Talk. And we have another guest, another coach on. So what's that means? He won again, coach. Welcome, Coach Law. The interim coach, they got to take that off. You guys have surpassed all expectations this year and gone beyond. You guys are in the second round of the playoffs. Is that the first playoff win for Spring Mills?
It's the second, but first at home.
First or second, second, first one at home. Congratulations, Coach. Listen, Coach, you have no small tasks ahead of you this week. You're about to go play Huntington High School. They're a juggernaut. But I like to think that you guys are the perfect match for this because you played another juggernaut a couple weeks ago, which was Martinsburg. And historically, for the last 20 years, they have blown teams out in the EPAC, but you guys played them tough 26-7. So is there anything that you guys can take from that game to give your guys hope to say that you belong in the game against Huntington?
Well, I mean, we went back and watched film. We kind of felt like there were some things that if we were to capitalize on, it's a possibility we could have been in a different situation. But we've been stressing a lot with our guys is just take advantage of every single moment. You get in the game with a great team like Huntington. Those small mistakes might come out to be something much larger. So not to play on eggshells, but just take advantage of every single opportunity we get.
Well, Coach, you guys have really, really, really been a really good team. You've been competing in every game. I look at this game and I want to ask defensively. I look back on Huntington's schedule. They have scored 40 or more, 80 twice, 7 once. And I think they scored over 40 in every game except for 8 or 9. What do you guys have to pack in your luggage down to Huntington to be able to come out with a win against a high-powered offense that seems to score on everybody they play?
Well, it's kind of one of those things. There's a certain type of players that we got to know where they are at all times. And it's once you get out there in defense, especially special teams, if you don't locate those guys, they'll make you pay. And also with the amount of points that they scored throughout this year, it's obvious like if you don't lock them down, it's going to hurt.
You guys have been able to move the ball effectively all year long. Offensively, what does Huntington bring to the table that you guys have really worked on this week that you're concerned that you feel that you have to execute in order to make it to the third round?
Yeah. Well, biggest thing is starting with the offensive line. They've got to be able to make those calls as far as those backers coming up and blitzing. Again, understanding what they're trying to give us and not force stuff. And Max has been really good with that all year long of just taking those small things. And then, as you kind of get them loosened up to some stuff, you can take a shot at some different things. So just being careful with the ball. We spoke a lot this week about staying ahead of the chain. That's been big for our offense. Anytime you start with like 1st and 15, 2nd and 20 against a team like them, it gets much harder to get those positive yards that you need to stay ahead.
We all know that you guys are in the VSC playoffs, and it's an exciting thing for the kids, and we're very excited for them. You chose to play on Saturday at 1:00. What are some things that you guys can do this week and Friday to prepare for a 1:30 kickoff, something that your team is not used to, on top of traveling 5 to 6 hours for your contest with Huntington?
Well, we kind of big on talking about just getting them up and moving around. Especially we look at the Saturday morning, and I'll drop back to Friday in a second, is getting them up, getting a good breakfast in them, getting those guys moving, stirred out. That'll be key for us on Saturday. Friday, it is a long haul down to Huntington, so we've kind of looked at the trip and kind of broken it up. We've been kind of preaching that business mentality this week here. You're going down for business and some of the extra stuff that they're kind of used to doing with their families. We've got to kind of put those things to the side if we want to try to move to the third round. So we've kind of gone through detailed itinerary, sticking to the game plan. These are expectations and really trying to hone in. These are things that need to happen if you guys are trying to move on to the next round.
You guys are definitely going on a business trip, and it is a tall task that you guys are faced. But like I said, there's no greater team than you guys to be representing Eastern Panhandle to go down there. Coach, I just want to give a couple more questions. Let's just talk offensively about one playmaker that you're looking to have a big game against Huntington on Saturday.
Oh, the biggest guy for it, it's got to be Max. I mean, everything starts him. I mean, obviously being a quarterback, he's got the ball in his hand every single play. And there's a lot we ask of him, but again, he does a great job with the preparations. Him and I and our backup quarterback, Rylan, will sit down, we'll watch film, and it's very important that all three of us are on the same game plan. But again, him just making the right decisions, putting the ball in the place only our guys can get to it, will be huge for us.
This is a question I haven't asked all year. And to close out our interview, I would like to know, we don't talk much about special teams. Who is a key player that can make a difference in special teams? Because we know special teams can win or lose a ball, changing a position, a turnover can spark something that just, gets the wheels running. So just give me one guy to look for in your special teams that can make a big impact.
Well, just naturally being on the offside side of the ball, I look at Ryan Schwartz. He's our punter. He's got a great leg on him, and it'll be very important that he gets that football off because Hunter is going to bring 6-7 guys every time, and if we can get that ball off and get those guys pinned down there, it's going to help our defense. So I'd say Rylan's got a big, tall task ahead of him this week, and he'll be very important for us as far as putting our defense in a good spot.
We definitely know the offensive job is to score or change the field position. That field position is special team. So we hope you guys do that. We hope you guys have safe travels down to Huntington. We hope that you guys come back to the Eastern Panhandle with a big upset. Coach, good luck on the rest of the way in the playoffs. I say this all the time. We like to see our kids succeed both on and off the field. Mm-hmm. I think you do a great job. Spring Mills needs to take the interim coach tag off and give you the job, guys. You've really impressed us, and you really represented the Eastern Panhandle well, and we just hope that you continue to do that. Coach, good luck, and just bring it home.
Appreciate it. I mean, I will say this is not even possible without my assistant coaches. I mean, up and down the staff, man. Everyone's just taking a hold of something different and have really putting in. So offensive staff, defense staff, special teams, what we're doing now wouldn't be possible without those guys. So I thank them.
You heard it here first. It is a team effort by the kids and the coaches. A family together. Yeah. You guys are showing that week in and week out, and we see it. Guys, make sure you guys can tune in any way you can to see Spring Mills play against Huntington High School this Saturday, 1:30 kickoff.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Anytime.